So in this video, I'd like to briefly point out the difference between initiating and signing. And I'll do that by pulling up a proceduralist order set. I type in cath, I hit enter, and I'm going to click on the routine peripheral angiogram order set. Now, following my mouse, you can see the order set actually has three different order sets rolled into one. There's the scheduling orders, pre-procedure orders, and then day of procedure orders. And you'll see out to the side it says planned pending, meaning these have not been signed yet, so they're pending orders. They're not active orders. And planned means they're not initiated, meaning they're not active orders. But let's see as we go through here the difference. You'll notice first with the order set, when I'm in the root of the order set, cath routine peripheral angiogram, that you only see one option, and that's to sign. If you sign orders without initiating the orders, they're put in what's called a planned state. So I will sign these, and I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm not going to worry about that either. So once they're signed, they go from a planned pending state to a planned state. I'll refresh, and now you'll see the orders are all planned. But if you go down here and look at your actual orders, you won't see those orders actually available. If you go looking through your orders, you won't find those orders in there, because once in a planned state, they don't show up on MARs. They don't show up as active orders. Now, if I went to each individual order underneath the root, like scheduling orders, you'll see there's an option here for initiating. Of course, this one is not. There's nothing ordered in it, so I'd click that, and if I signed it, again, it goes into a planned state. But if I initiate it first and then sign the order, then it becomes initiated and becomes active. I can actually find that order. It's a patient care order, so I can go over here to my actual orders, look at my patient care orders, and I will find that order as an active order, scheduling procedure. So the important thing to remember is that for most physicians out there, hospitalists or other doctors, ER doctors ordering things that they want to be immediately active, just go ahead and initiate first, then sign. If the order is intended for another setting of care, such as you're putting in the orders prior to a surgery, but you want the orders to be active in the PACU, but only in the PACU, then simply sign the order, and that puts it into a planned state. You can always review what you've done by looking over at this left-hand view pane and seeing whether your order was planned or initiated. Also remember, if your order is initiated, you will see it in your current orders if you do an order review of all the orders that are currently active. If they're planned, you won't see them. But you can always go to a planned order set and then initiate it later if you want. It's not required for you as a physician or a nurse practitioner or a PA to do that, however. I could plan this entire order set, and when the patient arrives at their various stages of care, the nurse can see that these orders were intended for that setting, such as PACU orders, and they can initiate those orders. But if you want to, you can manually do that at any time. There's one final concern about planning orders that has been brought to my attention. Suppose you're doing a procedure on Monday. You're planning it. You're getting it scheduled and planned on a Thursday or Friday, but you're doing it Monday. Some have asked me, how can I make sure that the orders, the pre-procedure orders, are done on a Sunday or on a specific day? Well, let's look at one more feature in Cerner. I'm going to go back to my root. I'm going to go to the order set that I want to plan, like pre-procedure orders. Let's say that I actually wanted that order set to initiate on Sunday, and it's a Friday. I can go here to the top bar here. It says Start. I can pick the time, Let's say I wanted it to be Sunday. And I can just say 0600 and say OK. So you see I'm in the pre-procedure orders, and we're starting on Sunday at 0600. I can, in this case, I can actually initiate and sign the orders. And it tells you if there's any missing details, by the way. Like this EKG, I'll just say. Now, in this case, we have actually initiated the orders, but we time that order. And we'll go back and refresh. And now let's look at that. Initiated orders. But when you go over here and look at the details, you see that all the orders are initiated for Sunday, the 29th. So they won't become active. Lab, medications, anything, they won't become active until the 29th. So that's just another type of way to plan, but be more specific, where you as the clinician can be more in control of when the orders get initiated. So to recap, initiating the orders and then signing them makes them immediately available. Simply signing the orders puts them in a planned state. A variant of this is to change your start date and time for the date and time in which you want the orders to become initiated. At that point, then initiate and sign the orders. So it's like a variant of planning your orders, but where you as the clinician can be specific about the date and time that they start.